to shop life. So as you can see by the title, we bought air suspension for our F80 M3, and actually Jason's gonna do a whole DIY how to install it on his main channel if you guys want to check that out. But in this video, we're just gonna kind of like the behind the scenes and kind of the backstory. So we picked these up, we saw them on the forums, and we were like, you know, this is the opportunity to get this air suspension. So we've been talking about it, and we really wanted to have air suspension, so we looked into it and we saw that it was for a great price, so we couldn't pass it up. So that's actually our first modification on the car, which is pretty crazy. So we really got lucky. But yeah, let's just go ahead and check it out. Basically, it is a used set, but everything looks brand new. The owner really did take care of it, and he gave us everything we could ever need. So as you can see, here are the front struts, the rear, the air tank, the air compressors, the links, and in this box is the management, which is amazing. This is like the top of the line management. If you guys follow my channel, you guys know that my car has air suspension as well, also from Airlift. So my car actually does not have management. It's just like manual. You have to do it manually. But hopefully one day I can buy the management and install it. But we're so excited that we found this, and let's just go ahead. Oh, and also, I don't know if you want to talk about like the people that are like, yeah.
All right. Before everybody starts with all the comments down below, why would you put air on an M3? Why would you do this on an M3? As you guys know, all the cars that we own, we make them fast, we do all this stuff. We have enough places to enjoy it without taking it to the track and risking damaging the car. Obviously, wherever you go, you can damage the car. You know, you can get into a wreck or anything like that. But we're not building the car specifically for the track. So, I mean,
however,
yeah, so that's a different story. But as far as the F80 goes, I mean, we wanted the M3 for how it looks, the power is newer. We wanted to do other stuff to it as well. So that's the main reason we bought it. On all of the cars I own, so like my car, the S54 sedan, I regret not putting air ride on it from the beginning because of that, I don't drive it as much as I should, especially in the roads over here. They're horrible. So with air suspension, we can still take it on trips, long trips, wherever we want to take it without having to worry about, you know, potholes. Now you still have to worry about potholes, but like, you know, you don't have to worry about the car bottoming out, scraping and stuff like that. And whenever you park it, you can literally just air out and it looks amazing. So, I mean, bags, pretty much a lot of people are going to hate it, but it is the way to go. Unless you have a full out track build that's only purpose is track, I mean, that's air ride is the way to go. I mean, especially if you're going for looks, comfort, everything. And it's still not bad. It's still sporty. We asked the guy that had the ride on it. He had an F80 M4, and he said, I mean, it was surprisingly really good as far as it was his daily driver. So.
And we're obviously keeping everything the stock suspension, so it's reversible, you know.
Yeah, everything's reversible. I mean, you don't have to with air ride. You don't really have to cut into anything. Only thing that you might have to cut into is like a grommet or two to run the lines. But everything else is pretty straightforward and reversible. Grommets can be replaced as well. But as you can see, I mean, if we ever do decide to put it on track duty, which I mean, the M3 is made for the track. It's meant to be driven hard. And we're gonna be taking.
Once it's older.
Yeah, once it's older, once we've gotten over that, you know, that beginning phase of we have a newer M, and I mean, we drive it. We take it to the canyons, and we do drive it. We've put on almost 5,000 miles, 6,000 miles in less than 2 months. So it's not like we're just babying the car. We do drive it. So yeah, that's why we're getting air ride. And a lot of people don't think air ride is good, which I mean, it's subjective. It depends on what you're doing with the car. If this car was a full track car, I would never put air ride on it because that's pointless. You want something that you can really adjust, like actually fine tune it. You can't really do that with air ride. And the coilovers also. The coilovers for this car, if we wanted like the good ones that we actually would, you know, really like, you know, put over the stock suspension, it would have been about $3 to $4 grand. So the ones that the air ride we got, let's put it this way, with the management and everything, it's well under $4 grand. It's even under $3 grand. All right.
Used.
Used. It is used though. If you bought everything new, you'll easily be over $4, almost close to $5, because it is the dual compressor setup and everything. And yeah, we're just gonna try. Yeah, we're excited. We're just gonna try to use as much of the stuff as he gave us. Obviously, we might put like new airlines and stuff, but the tank and everything was used everything he gave us. On her car, we actually, you know, put a smaller tank so we can have a full hideaway setup. This car is not gonna be daily driven like that, or, you know, really taking on crazy long trips as much. So we're not too worried about sacrificing a little bit of space. So we'll just put that tank that it came with and just put it in the trunk. All right, let's get on it. These wheels are actually really light. Ooh, I need
Don't do that. Filming.
We definitely need to get those LCI headlights and LCI taillights too. All right, so I've got the wheels off. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna install this and take the old ones off without damaging anything and with just remembering, you know, how everything is together stock. So as I said before, I've never worked on an F80 before. I have worked on an F30, but I've never installed air ride on one of those, or any coilovers for that matter. Coilovers are pretty straightforward. I mean, air ride's not too difficult except for running the lines and wiring up the management. But all right, so on this, pretty much what I've figured out so far is the spring is gonna be replaced by this. So we have the air line goes on the top of this air spring right here, or airbag, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna have to pretty much put the air line on the top and have it routed that way, so it's out of the way from any of the wheels or anything. And then on the bottom we have this little bushing. So the bushing pretty much just goes in from this hole and it just keeps the bag centered. So in order to remove all the stock stuff, I can remove the shock without, you know, taking apart any part of the trunk because the mount's bolted in from right here.
Which is awesome.
Yes. So just 3 E-Torx bolts, take that out, take off this 1 bolt and nut. The shock will come out, and I might have to take off this bolt right here for the lower ball joint so I can remove the spring completely, but we'll just have to see. More than likely, I'm pretty sure I will have to do that. And now as far as the front, a similar situation. I have to remove some of the covers from the engine bay so I can get to the front of the strut mount. And then also have to remove the pinch bolt that holds the bottom part of the strut into the actual spindle. And then remove the sway bar link as well. And we should be able to pull that whole strut out. Since both of the control arms are on the bottom as well as the tie rod, I'll have to figure out a way to support it. I don't want it to really be putting too much stress on any of these things. But I mean, for the most part, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, even if, you know, I don't do anything to it. But we will, just to be safe.
Now finally we have access to the strut bolts.
Yep. After removing half the engine bay, might as well pop the engine out while we're at it. Imagine if I was that bad, where it's like nothing's leaking yet, but it's at 60,000 miles. So you know what? Let me just pull the motor out, re-gasket everything, you know, check all the turbo seals. I wish if I had the time, trust me, and the money, I would. But I don't have the time or the money. So let's just do what we can. But trust me, I'm gonna be cleaning everything before it goes back on.
Ooh, the strut is coming out.
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see about that.
You have no faith in me, do you?
Boy, I'm just trying to make it to keep you entertained, you know?
Okay, maybe it's not coming out. plan. All right, come on, homie.
Yeah, this is why I told him to do this whole side first, and then the whole DIY, the tutorial on the other side.
Now people gonna be like, oh, he doesn't know how to do it, then why is he making a DIY? I do know how to do it, but every car has its own complication.
Yep.
So if I already know the exact size, so I mean, once I do this, like now it's in my memory. Like I don't have to, you know, rethink it. It's already there. It's like second nature. So on the other side, I was be like, all right, so it's gonna be 16 millimeter bolt with a 16 millimeter nut. You know, I just know how to exactly what to say. This stuff stinks.
It smells like root beer.
No, I don't know what kind of root beer you're drinking.
I don't drink root beer.
Well, that's why. It don't smell like root beer. All right, we might have to separate that pinch a little bit. If anybody has some brakes laying around for this car, let me know.
Yeah, right.
These things are, these rotors are like almost $1,000. Yeah, you gotta pay to play, right? This is what we get for having an East Coast car.
Surface rust.
Yeah. East Coast for the win, huh?
You guys can check out the video. I'll link it down below. The video about how the first time we put the car on the lift, and we pretty much went over all the things we noticed.
Yep. Some things were not pleasant.
Yes, mostly surface rust was the main one, and
a leak.
Yeah, just check that video out.
And then whoever had the car before us obviously doesn't know how to drive or how to park. Let's put it that way.
But it's okay.
We can fix it all. More content.
You think you got it?
Yes, loosen it a little bit and slowly. Come on, homie, I just had it.
He's your homie. Is that what we've come to, babe?
Yes. Okay. Okay.
We're so weird.
Some people will catch where that's from. Come on, bring it down.
Okay.
Today, not tomorrow.
Yeah. How much?
All right. Then go back up. Make it touch again.
Okay. There you go.
Come on. All right, right there. All right, bring it down again.
You're touching it. You're touching it. The spider.
Heck
Right. No. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there.
Kill this shit, bro.
I don't have gloves on.
Where'd it go?
In the car.
I thought I killed it.
Oh, maybe.
All right, keep going down.
All right, it went down. It's out.
Drag up.
Oh wow, that one is shorter.
By a lot.
Yep.
All right, let's put it in. Take all the nuts off.
New strut is in.
All right, now. All right, can you give me that the 16 millimeter bolt? Well, that's how the height is aired out.
Oh, it is aired out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you have it.
Perfect.
Looks good. Got everything already tight. Only thing that's not hooked up is the sway bar link, but I can't hook that up until I remove the sway bar link on the other side. Otherwise, there's no way to lift it up because it's still hooked up.
All right.
Let's show them. So this is how it is aired out. Now go look on the other side.
All right.
So I mean, I could probably fit my hand right through there, right?
Wow.
It's crazy. Oh yeah. We have to take off as much. We don't want no negative camber. I think we should be able to get it to the factory specs, especially with these wheels. We should be able to get to the factory specs and still air out completely without having to rub or hit anything.
Yeah, eventually we will get
Different
new wheels. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
But not now.
No, cause we broke. All right, so that's it for this vlog. We've pretty much spent about 2 hours. It's already like 1:30 almost. So we're about to head out. I have to be back early in the morning for another job. We've got an appointment tomorrow morning. So just gonna call it a day here, and we will see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned because it's gonna be slammed before you know it.
No beamer when I pull in the sun. Change on me just like Polo the Don. Don't be fronting, girl, you know I'm the one. Number 2 is not an option, and they know they can't stop me. Take off, I can't take no breaks off. I've been working